Okay, why are you still thinking about this person? This video is for a Virgo with an Aquarius connection. So we are in a Grand Cross. So a lot of times the Grand Cross is the final push. Grand Fixed Cross might be a final push to end a cycle and let things go when they need to let go. So there is that energy that's looming over us right now. But let's look specifically at this connection and see what's going on. Okay, so the first question is, what is the true nature of this connection? Okay. The true nature of this connection is actually kind of a delusion. So this connection is actually stunting growth. There is a strong desire to have an emotional connection here, but it's not real. So somebody in the connection is not capable of having an emotional connection. There's some wishful thinking here. There's a lot of clinging to the past. So this connection actually could be something from the past that's recently, like an ex that's come back into your life type of situation. There's past energy in it. There's a clinging energy in it. There's a lesson ultimately in this connection in letting go. And it's letting go when you want something really, really badly and you want something to be a certain kind of way and it's really not that way. It's a lesson in being able to see the reality of that. All right, so let's look specifically at the lessons. Okay. So let's see, at the root of this, there is some kind of insecurity. And so you're only seeing what you want to see, but it comes from an insecurity is why you're clinging. So it's like you want this person maybe, there's somebody in this connection that may be emotionally unavailable and you really want them to be emotionally available, but they're not. And then it's like you're saying, oh, I don't want it anyway. And you're not, there's an aspect of this where you're not speaking your truth. Okay, but you're saying, okay, so it's like, let me try to explain what this energy is. So it's like you're saying, I don't want it anyway, but you're actually saying that because deep down in your subconscious, you have a core wound script that says, I'm not blank enough. So I'm not pretty enough, smart enough, rich enough, whatever. Okay, the variations go on this particular core wound script, but that's the core wound script that is the foundation of insecurities. So it's like you're not speaking up for yourself because deep down it's like you can't believe that this person really wants you because really you have this real insecure feeling about yourself. So what you're learning here in the lesson, and there's some things here, you're not speaking up and speaking your truth. You've got some wishful thinking going on. You've got some controlling behavior going on, where you might be even using manipulation to try to have the outcome that you want, when really what you need to do is focus on your glow up, okay? You need to address the core wound script that says that you're not enough, because it's not true, okay? And you may be doing that by going on a journey. So there is some indication here of some kind of work that you're going to throw yourself into that's going to make you more financially secure, but it involves you going off by yourself, and it also involves you having a glow up or realizing your self-confidence. So let's look at what your psyche is clearing, and here it is right here. Right in the damn center. Here's your glow up. Okay. Here's you standing up for yourself. Okay. So you're learning to stand up for yourself. And I just did a reading that had a very similar energy, and it was the Pisces Aquarius reading. You might want to look at that reading too, because some of these same cards were in there. Not all of them, but some of them. So you're doing something that, like, where you're having to defend yourself in some kind of way. So This, first of all, is a super heavy anxiety, and this is some heavy energies going on, okay? There's a lot of controlling behavior going on. There is a need for you to realize your worth, okay? This person may not actually be on the same frequency as you. That could be another issue. So they're not really seeing you. But you're not necessarily showing them either. So you're kind of showing them what you want. It's like you're showing them not your real self, but what you think that they want to see. Okay, where what you're learning and what you're clearing is you're going to stop doing that and learn to stand up and show your real self. And then stand up and speak up for yourself. And then this is indicating that this is a cutting cord situation. This is the end of a cycle. And it ends a cycle because it ends an energetic pattern for you. So you've had an energetic pattern here of this with other people besides this person, where you're not really speaking, you're not really showing up as the real you, if that makes sense. You're showing up as what you think they might want you to be, but you're way bigger and better than what you're showing up as. So there's some of that in the lessons that you're learning, okay? So you're learning to be the star of your own life. And to get to that, you really do need to get to that core wound script that you would have had in childhood. Probably came, I'm going to guess, around your teenage years, where somebody made you feel like you weren't enough. Whether it was a teacher or a friend or a parent or somebody, put that in your subconscious. So it's deeply ingrained into your subconscious, and that's what the problem is. So let's look at how you cut these cords and what to do and where to evolve, okay? So clearly, there's an element of delusion. So you're not seeing this relationship as it really is. You're seeing it as you want to see it, okay? And there is a need for you to see it as it truly is. There's also a need for you to step into your true, authentic self and represent yourself that way, of how you truly are. So there's something about this relationship that's making you act in a way or be in a way that is not truly you. And you're doing that because you want the person to like you. So in realizing that this emotional connection, which is what you want, isn't there, then maybe that can help you see it's a hey, here's the reality of the situation. Here's the truth. I don't know what kind of connection it is. Maybe it's just purely sexual, for example. But what's about to happen to you? Two things, okay? One, you are going to go on a little spiritual journey, okay? So this journey over here, it's a spiritual awakening, okay? And it's a spiritual awakening for you to stand your ground, glow up, learn who you are and speak your truth about who you are. And then there's another big piece here where you're going to be focused on some kind of work. So throwing your energy into either a new work project or a job. Like, this is a possibility. This energy here could be a new job. This is learning a new skill. This is working with others. And this is a give and take of money. Okay, so there is a money focus that's coming up for you, okay? But there's also a spiritual awakening. And part of this spiritual awakening has to do with you getting back to who you are, like really. It's the higher self. It's your higher self that you need to connect with in the spiritual realm, okay? Because the higher self knows who it is that you're supposed to be with, and it's not this person. So I said this in another reading too, but rejection is protection. Rejection is protection because even though you in the 3D world really think that you want this connection oh so much, your higher self in the spiritual world knows who it is you're supposed to be with. And so they want to guide you on that path. In order for you to be guided onto the path of who you're supposed to be with, you're going to have to deal with this core wound script of I'm not enough that gets to the basis of your security. So you're going to need some kind of spiritual awakening or evolution to do that. Getting guidance from your higher self could be one way that you do that, but this prepares you more for the person that you are supposed to be with that's coming. But this is a cutting cords. This is a end of a cycle. So after this, you won't be in this pattern anymore as long as you go through the evolution. All right, it's kind of specific. The Aquarius Pisces reading had a lot of this exact same energy. So I would suggest maybe also reading that. That particular one had a way more conflict than yours does. Yours doesn't have a whole lot of conflict. It's just more of a, delusion. So anyway, let me know if you have any questions.